Good afternoon, I'm Nigel Okins. I'm the founder of Koktail Magazine and the co-host of Koktail Conversations. This special edition of Koktail Conversations is at the CHAR restaurant at the beautiful Indigo Hotel, and I'm with Chef Jaime Rojas, if I have that right.
You have that right.
But you're also known as Jimmy, and if you don't mind, I'm going to call you Jimmy as we go through this conversation.
I agree.
Okay, now before we start, Jimmy, I see you've prepared a couple of little drinks here, and I'm guessing they're from your native Mexico.
Exactly, you know, like the perfect way to start a good conversation will be with tequila.
Now, I've always, whenever I see one of these, I'm just bang, knocking it straight back. But I assume that's not, is that the right way to drink one?
I mean, let's say that there's no wrong way to drink tequila as long as you drink it. But normally in Mexico, unless we're on a party mode, we will sip it, you know, slowly.
We're not in a party mode yet, so let's just take a sip. A little bit of this in there, or
you can taste it after, you know,
okay.
Just in case if it's too strong for you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Now, Jimmy, you arrived here in September, I believe.
Yes.
Where did you come from, and what brought you here?
Well, I'm originally from Mexico, but I've been traveling around a lot of countries, you know. I've been in Bangkok before in 2017. I was starting also some projects here, and I've been working in hotels and restaurants around, you know, like Asia, Indonesia. I've been to Dubai, Maldives.
So what brought you back to CHAR restaurant?
Well, I love Asia. I love Thailand. You know, it's a place where you get to see all the mixtures of the people, you know, like you don't see all the classes divided. You see like luxury things, the hawkers, street food going around, and both of the combination of those things makes Thailand very cool and very special, you know.
You've lived in 17 countries. I don't think you've actually been a chef in 17
No,
countries.
I haven't been a chef in 17 countries.
But have you brought any of those influences from the other places you've been living and working into what you're going to be cooking and serving for your guests here at CHAR?
Yes, exactly. You know, like as a Mexican chef, most of the times they always demand you or want you to do some Mexican things. So obviously I have that in my roots. But normally I like to play a lot with flavors, you know, like especially through my career, I've learned very different things in very different countries. For example, I use sometimes banana or pineapple in a very different way from what it was normally used, because the way that Caribbean people use it or Southeast people use it is very different.
I've got to ask you, how do you use banana or pineapple in a different way? What would you be doing?
For example, bananas in the Caribbean, they're used the green bananas, you know?
Yeah.
So before they get actually sweet, they get to be mashed, you know, and turn into crispy fritters.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, they're called patacones.
So you play around with a little bit of Mexican and Latin American roots and push this into your Thai restaurant. It's not a Thai restaurant. It's a grill house.
It's a grill house, not only a steakhouse. We like to focus on the contemporary grill part of it. So we want to grill seafood, you know, a new approach into the grilling techniques, you know. Because I've traveled in so many places, I like to incorporate new techniques to grilling, to stewing, the traditional ones.
Now, this restaurant has always had a good reputation. It's been a place that people love to come to for a special occasion, I guess. It has these sensational views around here. What are you going to do to change? You know, most of us think of it as a restaurant you come for a great time. The food was always good. But what are you going to do to what are you going to bring new of the Jimmy into this restaurant?
Well, definitely the combination of flavors that we're trying to create here is going to have a whole different panorama of flavors and textures, you know. We're having, luckily I've worked with chefs that have been very strong in Japanese cuisine. So I like to mix those kind of things so the customer has an experience, not only like a plate of food or beautiful food, you know. We need to like try to tell our stories through food, you know, so that way people feel connected to the place, the restaurant, and that way they keep coming, you know, for that welcomeness, you know.
Where do you see Bangkok's current position in the world food cuisine market? I mean, there's been a lot of movement in the last few years. Michelin have come into the market. Everyone's clamoring for a star. Where do you see where do you see this restaurant, your new restaurant, positioned within that? What are your aspirations?
Well, I was actually in Bangkok when they first started giving Michelin star, and it was very interesting how they give it in Thailand specifically, because they give it among street food or small restaurants, not only luxurious and fine dining restaurants found in hotels. So I think that's very positive for Bangkok, because you get to experience a lot of food no matter where you are, if you're in a restaurant, in a hotel, in the street. So I think with that being here as a playground for us chefs, it just makes us push harder, not only to get the Michelin star, but to also be mentioned, to be a place where people are putting an eye onto it, you know. So definitely I want to bring the standards in the kitchen and in the service to those high levels, to see if we can be mentioned to them.
Now, of course, I mentioned Michelin there, but there's one restaurant review product called Thailand's Favorite Restaurant, which I'm involved with. This is even harder to get a top mark in, so you're going to have to try very hard to get to the top of our top 10 list.
Definitely will try.
Tell me a little bit about outside of work. You're here with a partner, a wife, or?
I have my wife. My wife is from Indonesia. We've been together for the past 7 years, and we have a dog with us. You know, it's the first time we take him traveling with us. You know, he came all the way from Mexico, so that was a big adventure for us.
What sort of dog?
It's a Boston Terrier, a small Boston Terrier.
And what's his name?
Akira.
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 Akira, what does that mean?
It's a Japanese name. It's a Japanese name. It mentions light. You know, it's also the name of a famous anime director.
All right. So outside of cooking, what are you doing in Bangkok?
Outside of cooking, not much. Eating.
Eating.
I eat a lot. You know, I love everything. I mean, here you go to a mall, and it's a whole experience, you know, like you think that you will only have like the shops and stuff like that, but you go to the little food area that they have, all these Thai snacks, you know. So it's amazing. I love going anywhere and just trying different food, buying as much food as it can fit in my fridge, especially because during the days of work, I don't eat too much, you know. Everybody thinks that chefs eat a lot, but the reality is that we're always working, and we keep a diet of espressos and water.
Okay.
You know, mainly with us.
So, looking at your menu, I had a sneaky peek at your menu earlier. You've got something in there called a secret menu every night. Have I got that right? You kind of...
It's a surprise menu.
A surprise menu.
So basically, with all my background and how I can play with the ingredients, we're inviting the guests to leave it up to the kitchen team to decide what to serve them, you know, like we just want them to let us know what do they don't like, what are they allergic to, you know, and then we avoid those ingredients and then create something new for them.
So is it the same surprise menu every night for everyone?
No.
Every table gets something different.
Exactly. Every table may get something different the same night, and you might not get the same menu in 2 weeks.
Can I ask what you're planning for a surprise this evening, or if you tell me, I'm probably going to get thrown out the building?
Exactly. You know, if I tell you, probably, you know, like I'm revealing more than I should. You know?
Okay, so we're not going to get that out of you. You're planning this venue, CHAR. It used to have a fabulous reputation for a rooftop bar, and people would come and enjoy the incredible views out there. What is the correlation between the two, you know, the bar and the restaurant, and how does that work? Can you get food up there, or?
Yes. We have a small bar menu that soon we will be renewing, you know, especially with my presence being here and being Mexican, you know, everybody likes to drink and have some tacos or nachos, you know.
Talking of that, Jimmy, tequila, you just mentioned the word tequila.
You know, cheers. So definitely we're gonna soon update the menu, and we will have some nice guacamole, chips, and things that are a little bit new to the bar. But the view is spectacular. The music, we have DJ every night.
I hear you got some special plans for New Year.
Yeah, for New Year's we're throwing a big party over there. And then we're gonna have our festive program going, where we will be serving set menu here at CHAR, and then in the bar we will have a special canapes, festive canapes, so people can spend all day and all night with us.
Sounds good. And I understand you've prepared a couple of dishes for this evening, right?
Yes.
You do know I'm vegan?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so you prepared something vegan for me.
Yes, something vegan.
And we're going to get a chance to have a little try of it.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks very much, and Jimmy, and wishing you a lot of luck and fortune and enjoyment in this beautiful venue. And I'm looking forward to trying some of your food in the not too distant future.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.